everybody, this is Dane. Welcome back to my channel, Filipino Nurse Retires Home. I hope everybody is safe and healthy. Please comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, and thank you for all your contribution. Your nice comments makes me going. Today's topic is about retirement again. I'm happy to be retired. I've never been so happy. One of the best happiness aside from having my baby is getting me my first retirement check from Social Security as well as my pension, okay? I never thought in my life that I would reach this age. Thanks God that I have reached this age, okay? I'm 62 years old now. So what I'm trying to say to you guys, when you are young, okay, when I was young, I never thought I'm gonna be this age. I never thought that I even would talk about retirement and how happy I am to be retired. Okay, when I was 24 years old, my first job in US Obey, this is my experience, okay? This is how I see retirement. It's a step-by-step, or maybe it's a phase-by-phase process. It goes with maturity, okay? Because when I was 24, I could care less about retirement. The first thing that the hospital did for us when we were applying for a job and signing a contract is get one of the representatives in the human resources and talk to us about 401k. That is a kind of pension plan that an employee can contribute money every month, okay, for the pension. For a pension when you retire. You can get it at the age of 59 and a half without getting penalized, but before that, any kind of withdrawal, you will be penalized hefty amount, okay? Because this is gonna be a pre-tax retirement account. Now, what they told me and enticed me, they would match 100% for the first 4% that we put there, okay? And maybe half or 50% of the rest. And that was a good one, a good plan, very good, but they really did not convince me to put any more than 4% because I did not care about retirement. I don't want to hear about retirement. All I want is the money that I'm gonna get every week. No, every 2 weeks I get paid. So what I did, okay, I gave 4%, and then I saved the rest of the extra money I have. Good enough. I have $3,000 maybe in 5 months. And that was great amount during that time in the 1980s. I thought I was rich. And I thought I can live off that when I go back to the Philippines if I continue to do that. But anyway, what happened is, first big mistake I did, after 7 years, I moved to another hospital, right? You know what? When I left them, they gave me an option whether to get a cash amount, a lump sum, or continue on with the 401k. You know what? With the kind of head I have, I was 24, how many? Maybe 28 years old that time? I'm sorry. 31 years old during that time. I took the lump sum money, which is $10,000, and that's a lot of money to accept for a young person. That was a big mistake because that was after 40% taxes, because they have to penalize you from withdrawing very early. I did not care. I like that money so much, the $10,000 on my hand, and look at it. But I really did not spend any dime though, because I was cheap anyway. So one thing I realized later, because I got really curious about what is 401k, it basically drove me nuts. I wanted to increase my deduction, my contribution to like 6%, and became 8% maybe during the course of time. because I was trying to get that up after withdrawing money. And then one thing, I did a good job in reinvesting that $10,000 for down payment on a 20-acre lot, which is 20% down payment. And I put $560 for the next 10 years with a 13% interest rate during that time. It was outrageous actually, because I think you can get about 7 or 8% now, because it's an unsecured loan for a raw lot, raw land. Okay, nobody would give it to you unless you got 20% down and very high interest during that time. That was a great investment on my part. But anyhow, another mistake I did, I withdraw part of the 401k and has to pay it off maybe 5 years later with interest again. That was the biggest mistake I made. You know, when you are young, you don't really care. You don't think about the repercussion later on and what you will have later on for your future. You never think like you're gonna reach age 62 years old. So the planning there was so not being thought of very well. But at 42, I started reinvesting some of my money, not all to 401k, to real estate in the Philippines. So that helped very much. And that was really good, because when the real estate market crashed in 2008, then the real estate market in the Philippines was not really affected, because they're so resilient about those kind of stuff in the Philippines. So anyway, I was not affected. My friend's 401k was affected really bad, okay? And before that happened, I draw my money from 401k and turn it to like a what is that? Conservative type of investment, stock market. I was not affected very well, but my friends who are in their 60s about to retire, their money in their 401k got drained. So they have to really work harder, as well as work about 5 to 7 more years to be able to afford the kind of standard living that they have and maintain it. So they have to work a little bit more. But that time, the real estate market continued to get it started to grow. So, but they were able to retire late in their lives, okay, and stuck to nursing in their 70s almost. That was ridiculous. But anyhow, but I'm glad that they're retired now. Of course, they're retired because they're in their 80s now. So anyhow, I'm just thinking, you know, we take things for granted when we are young. And some people also are not very fortunate to have very good health that affects their income and their pension. And they only depend basically on the Social Security if they can even get a good amount, okay? But anyhow, sometimes people would retire less than $100,000 a month. In USA, if you don't have a house, $1,000 a month, you will leave you homeless. Unfortunately, a lot of people are having that issue right now. Some people who are especially single, they don't care. They want to just leave United States and go to the third world. That's why a lot of people go to the Philippines with less than 1,000 a month, and they're able to thrive there because of low standard of living. But if you're gonna live like a Filipino, then you are able to survive. But if you are gonna maintain American standard, then you're not gonna survive. You're just better off to stay in America, because you're gonna have a lot of help in America. You got welfare cases in America. In the Philippines, you are it, okay? You are going to be left without any help. So those are the things that you have to consider. In America, you still have Medicare that can take care of you in case, and Medicaid also if you qualify. And then maybe you can have a free freebie with regards to your medication if you have routine medications. But in the Philippines, you have none. But at least if you're gonna go there with with a pre-plan, you can actually, if you're single, you can get a caretaker and help you out with your activities of daily living. You know, if you are disabled, and can cook for you, wash for you for a little bit of money. Maybe 4,000 pesos will do that. But rental maybe $200 a month. It depends on what you like. But there are a lot more options in the Philippines, but no medical care. Um, that's the biggest issue there, medical care. But anyway, but you can eat because the food is a little bit cheaper, but you have to go to the local market to purchase your food. So either way, you know, whatever you do, it takes a lot of planning. Okay, you guys who are still young, contribute more into your 401k. Really, that's, I have talked too much, but I have to talk to you about DNR, advanced directive, maybe a kind of last will and testament. It takes a lot of research on my part before I talk to you about that, to gather my facts. And thank you, honeys, everywhere, and have a safe day. Bye-bye.